Good evening and welcome to Choo Choo Tuesdays, our third ever last episode of our Tuesday traditional Train Sim World live streaming show. We are currently in the Train Sim World 5 era and we will be moving to Train Sim World 6, and we will be moving to a all new live streaming slot when it comes to Train Sim World 6. We will be live streaming our official live streaming shows on Mondays and Wednesdays in the Train Sim World era, 6 era. So we will be moving to 7 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. It will become daylight saving time here in the east coast of Australia, and 6 p.m. in Queensland time come October, after the October long weekend. On the grand final day, Rugby League grand final day, it's the first day of daylight saving. So do note that particular day is on a Sunday. We won't be live streaming American Truck Simulator. So anyway, let's get up and running. How are we all doing? Live chat is open now to subscribers only. And there will be ad breaks every 12 minutes, I do believe. So yes, they help us make our money, make us continue to roll. So let's get it up and running, shall we? Live stream chat open to subscribers. Rail fans on board, welcome, welcome. All right. So we're heading to S-Bahn Frankfurt first up here today, and we're going to take the reduced timetable. Actually, no, we're not, because we're taking the 101 for a ride today. Yes, we are. So full tandem. All right. So let's get it up and running, shall we? All right. So we're going from from Mainz. That's 19 hours from Mainz. These ones are Frankfurt, from Frankfurt. That one's 1:30. No, is it way morning? Frankfurt to Mainz. Mainz to Frankfurt. 17 hours 39. Sounds delightful. Let's get it in the month of June, and a nice clear day. I do believe. Oh, actually, no, there's a bit of cloud there. Bit of cloud. So let's get a bit of cloud going. Hope you do enjoy. Let's fire her up. All right. So, yeah, the cover photo tonight was actually from around the release of S-Bahn Frankfurt, actually. Yeah, it's been a few months old, this cover photo. But I thought when I did do this cover photo, I said to you guys, I might use this one time. And here we are. We got it here for you guys on the 212th edition of Choo Choo Tuesdays. And yes, we got episode 213 and 214 to go, and then it's all over, ladies and gentlemen. 214 episodes later. All right. I see 27. Here we go. We got the forward going. Let's unlock those doors. Steuerung. Let's get those passenger lights on, and we'll make sure we unlock those brakes there. Get some RFB going. RFB. RFB is activated. Okay. We'll make sure that we got those lights all in order. Okay.
Schließvorgang eingeleitet.
Okay, we are getting ready to hop on board, and we've got two stations, one in 23 kilometres, and then we have Frankfurt Main, and let's get it up and running. Enjoy the trip. You're on Choo Choo Tuesdays, episode 212 live with the Aussie Don 2023 Week 16 loading screen contest winner, one Deutsche Bahn week, with my beautiful favourite photo over the Comlent station on the left Rhine. Hey, this is actually part of the left Rhine, this route. So, in Train Sim Classic, it continues from Mainz and continues all the way to Frankfurt from Comlens, but yeah, a couple parts here. The deluxe offerings quite well. The only train that really, I'm a little bit disappointed that I would have liked to have seen the Comet V actually for the New Jersey Transit, but it's not, yeah, the train choice is not too bad. But the German train is something that's not really up my alley. You can't not have the deluxe edition where you got to have that. You got to have that Voyager. The Voyager's the pick of the bunch. The trains will be separate to purchase, I do believe. I'm not sure if it's at launch or it might be like a month after, like it was last year. I pre-ordered the game on around about 10 minutes after the end of Dovetail Direct. As soon as Morristown sold me, that was it. Yeah, it's, you know, I've got the deluxe edition, so I've got the extra trains, but yeah, I think a lot of people might avoid the deluxe edition for the fact that you get the early access, yeah, but we all know the drill at launch anyway, so it probably has more people probably buying the standard edition and then just getting the Voyager on top, buying the Voyager on top. But when you look at it, when you look at the price difference, really, you're basically getting all three trains cheaper by buying the deluxe edition. Going over the left, the Rhine River there. Beautiful Rhine River.
Siefer.
So we'll be live on launch day on the Friday evening, our time, because it will be releasing Friday morning on PC Steam, I do believe. So in a couple of weeks' time. Really looking forward to it. So we'll have a special Friday night live stream. Works out quite well because my mate's actually not going to be here in Sydney at that time. Actually, he might, because he might have to change his plans if, depending how the Broncos go in the final series. So yeah, we'll all have to change our plans actually because yeah, well, I haven't got plans to go to the grand final this year, but I don't know. I'm starting to get a really gut. Like I said, to my mates, I said, I got a feeling about this. I reckon we're going to go one better than what we did a couple of years ago. I really got a feeling we're going to win the comp. Like the run, we're hitting the Broncos are hitting their run right on cue. You know, like teams that hit their runs like this at the end of the season usually do win the comp. I was really happy to knock Melbourne off though. So it was good to finally get one on him. It's very rare, very rare. So I'll take it. Yeah, so the cloud cover is a little bit different because I've got the custom engine settings that sort of give that, sort of balances out the skybox to a Train Sim World 2 style. It won't take 4 hours to download. If you just want to download just the basic stuff, and then you can just worry about your library later on. That's what I'm doing. It won't worry for me because I'll be downloading it overnight. But yeah, it was. You've already got the option on Steam, on PC Steam, where you can actually go to your library. You can actually put in DX12 in the settings already, which I've done. And also you'll have the option to choose what DLCs you want ticked or not ticked. So yeah, whatever you got in your library, it'll show up on there already. So you can just untick them and it won't download it as soon as the release happens. It'll just download the basic game, and yeah, you won't have to stress as much. It'll take me a while to download it, and yeah, it's going to take a few hours at least. Even though I've got a pretty decent internet, but it's just it's all hooked up, cabled in and stuff. But it's like, yeah, it's going to take a while. I know that. Yeah, so when you go to your DLC library on the Steam, just right click on your Train Sim World 6 and it'll be the same setup. Yeah, DX12 will be in the line. You can put DX12 minus DX12 non-capital, and this is one theory. This is one thing I've always said about DX12. If people play in DX12, do you have minus DX12 in the settings in non-capitals, or do you have it in capitals? Because I've always been confused about that. Sounds like we've got a train in front. I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, we've got a train in front. So I might bring that down to 70, then we can get the speed up and running. You figure it's in capitals. Any others out there that play in DX12 for Train Sim World? Do you have it in capitals or non-capitals? Yeah, command lines in ATS. Actually, I don't anymore because I have to have because I've got these special settings where all my mods moved over to my SSD drive and not in my documents folder. I've got a special setup. Do I have 32 gigabytes of RAM? 64. For the DDR4, 32 times 2, Fury. 64 on that, 12V RAM, 3060, i7 11700K, 11th gen. I use a command that uses 32 gigabytes of RAM for Train Sim World. If it's the underscore 9000 or whatever it is, and it's like a whole bunch of letters, and it's like a long paragraph, then I've used it before. The reason I can't use it anymore is because I've got a special paragraph on there that I can't actually remove. Well, I won't be able to use my mods. This is the problem. I can't use the I can't use that thing because of the special way I do things with it. I've got no room on my C drive. Yeah, it's long. Yeah, I used to use it. I'm not too bad with ATS anyway, so I don't really need it. Ever since I moved it to the SSD drive, it's been absolutely running great. But that being said, even before I had it on the SSD drive, I was having the micro freezing from saves and stuff. But I know what's causing it. It's the mod that I use that removes all the ATS AI traffic. Yes, you'll be fine with. It should be fine with sound mods. Most mods should be fine. There will be certain mods that probably could cause conflict, but as far as sound mods are concerned, yeah, you should have no worries whatsoever. The Robust container mod, all that should be fine. There should be no dramas whatsoever with that. I'm definitely taking that with me. Make sure before you actually delete your train symbol, make sure that you open up a new folder and save all your mods into the new folder, because that's what I'm going to do. I recommend that to everybody every year, that before you delete your current train symbol, before you move to the new one, if you like using mods like I do, and make a new folder, put all your mods in there, and then you can just go through them one by one, whatever ones you want. And then if you come across any issues as well, you can work out the conflict more easier. 103, oh my god, that's way too much. Way too much. I've got a fair few, but I hardly doubt it's that much. Alright, we're going to crank up that speed now. We're not going to worry about the speed restrictions right now, because we're getting ready to go 220, so let's get that speed up and running quickly. Alright. I use the mod manager. Yep. Yeah, I don't use that tool for it because it's just the extra space, and yeah, nah, it's just chews up too much. So don't forget, folks, we are finishing Choo Choo Tuesdays at the end of the Train Sim World 5 era, so it'll be actually our second last ever Train Sim World 5 live stream. the day after our final Choo Choo Tuesdays, we'll be live with our Train Sim World 5 Top 5 Countdown with Midweek World of Trains, our final Train Sim World live stream, and we'll count down the to the best of the best for the Train Sim World 5 era. What will become the best route of Train Sim World 5, and I'll give you my reasons why, and your top 5 might be different than my top 5, but I think a lot of people will probably agree with me with the number 1 slot. That it was a very, very amazing route release. All right, we're approaching the airport station, so gonna slow down now and prepare for the stoppage and open up the doors, and the passengers just pop out of the middle of nowhere on this station, as we know. Then that needs to be addressed. Hopefully they've got to address that for the launch of Train Sim World 6. Passenger behaviour is supposed to be a major focus, one of the major focuses of improvements for Train Sim World. So we'll soon find out if that becomes true. I'm so looking forward to the announcements though, but I'm also worried that it's going to cause conflict and new bugs and stuff, which I wouldn't be surprised. It has been confirmed actually, the Great Western Remaster is actually going to have the announcements as well, which is absolutely fantastic. Yeah, Tintin. Yeah, not a big fan of Tintin actually, but yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. I don't really worry about what others do. We have plans for our classic Train Sim Classic action. We're going to do tomorrow's town. And that's going to be shown in within the next week in an uploaded video. So we're doing Morristown. And I don't think there is a Class 802 actually in Train Sim Classic, so I don't think it would be possible to do a run on there. Could probably take the old 166 or something. Or the HST. We could definitely take the HST on there. The HST is going to be a layer anyway, and the 166. Now now I do know the HST and the Class 166 are going to be layers on the new Riviera route line, and they're going to be in their old formats at launch, and then when the remaster of the Great Western Railway gets released, that's when they will update the sounds and the physics and all that on both of those trains, and they will be implemented into the Riviera route at when that releases. The Acela doesn't run on the Morristown line. It's actually a New Jersey Transit route. So there is a couple trains missing on that route. Actually, there's a few more. The Comet V is one of them, and it's very similar to the Yarrow to the one we're getting, the one car silver train, and it's yeah, the Yarrow the Comet V is yeah, very similar to the Yarrow 3. And yeah, the Comet V is a very nice train to drive. So I would love to see that as a DLC, but if it's going to happen, I highly doubt it. But there's a lot more New Jersey Transit stuff that is out there, ready to, that could be implemented into the game later on, and could be probably won't be layered into the Morristown line, but obviously you can do free roam with it when that eventually happens down the track. That's if they bring any more New Jersey Transit stuff out. The only route that they could possibly do is the North Jersey coastline, which is I played it in Train Sim Classic, and I'm not really a big fan of it. That's why, yeah, the Morristown line, I've played it a few times over, and I absolutely adore it. So I'm so looking forward to the release of the Morristown line more than anything for Train Sim World at launch. I'm looking forward to both West Coast main lines, of course, and the return of the Hell's Gate Bridge for the new and approved Northeast Corridor. The section that they took away from us from Train Sim World 1 is finally coming back to Train Sim World, folks. And we finally can go over the bridge that is, like I've been telling you guys, the original Sydney Harbour Bridge is in New York City. It's the Hell Gate Bridge. And I know the history of the river. I know like how deep it is, the history of the people trying to dive for the so-called treasure underneath the bridge. And people have died and all this stuff by doing it. It's a true story. You read it up, watch documentaries and whatever. And you'll see like the history and the handshake and the money exchange agreement and all that to what become the greatest bridge in the world, the Sydney Harbour Bridge, is based off the Hell Gate Bridge in New York. So, yeah, it'll be so cool to go back over that, because every time you'll see me go over that, I'll be going, we're going over the Sydney Harbour Bridge now. And, yeah, I used to say it back in the original Train Sim World 1 era. So, yeah, 5 years in the making, that will be when that gets released. Over 5 years, because it'll be next year. It's getting released next year, apparently. So, I hope it's released by the end of the year, but I'm more lean towards next year. And I'm really, God. Yeah, and Stuttgart as well. I'm looking forward to Stuttgart. There's some pretty decent ones coming out. I'm really, really excited about. Frankfurt is in 7.6 kilometers. What do they mean? It has no reverse. Is a throttle and reverse lever. Is brake separate lever. I can't remember on that one actually. It's been a while since I've been on the route. It's like, don't be scared to drive it. Look, if you know how to drive your M3s, your M9s and all that, and M7s, you should have no problem. It's very similar. It's very similar actually to the cab cars that you drive on the CTC3 and the CTC5 on the Boston route. So yeah, very similar. So it's nothing to be scared of. And I think you have the options to take off the safety systems and all that on this one too. I'm pretty sure they're not locked like the Long Island Railroad was. So. I'm a little bit disappointed about the Northeast Corridor not going to New Haven. No, that's probably one of the things I'm probably a little bit surprised about. Actually, I would have liked to have seen it go a little bit further to New Haven. But it's going to be good nonetheless. But yeah, I would like to have seen it go to New Haven. I think their reverser might be very similar to... there's another train that has that. You know how the tube stock train in the London Underground route has no reverser. There's a special way that you have to do the reversing, like put it in reverser and that. I think it might be in terms very similar to that. We do remember that also Train Sim Classic is a different beast to Train Sim World. There's more physics and more options and stuff in Train Sim World than what there is in Train Sim Classic. Obviously, you can move around the cab for starters and not obviously get off the seats and stuff, where you can't do that in Train Sim Classic. So there's way more options in Train Sim World. So yeah, don't think when I do the gameplay on Train Sim Classic doesn't mean that it would be the same on Train Sim World. It won't be. It'll be a different beast, and I can be confident to say that, knowing those facts. Yeah, you're looking forward to the Great Western, Chris. I certainly am as well. That's one route I was quite surprised at. I'm quite surprised they didn't go that way with Train Sim World's launch. I thought the obvious that it looked like we were going to get it at launch, and when the Riviera, as soon as I seen the coast, I knew straight away, oh, it's Riviera, and like it's more so the as soon as I seen the track and everything, I just knew straight away. And actually, a few days before the official announcement, actually, a little birdie told me that it's looks like it's going to be the Riviera route for the UK release. And I thought, oh, you know what? I wouldn't be surprised because they've got the. But then a lot of people were saying North Wales as well because of the licensing, the renewing of the licensing, and we seen the HST there in the Cardiff route already, and I thought, well, state the obvious, surely they're doing it. And then it didn't get announced, and I thought, oh, maybe that's one of the taker tickets. Surely it's got to be one of the taker tickets, and it didn't end up being one of the taker tickets as well. It's like, well, what's going on? Are they holding this off for another year, or? Oh, I wouldn't be surprised if we don't get it in this era. It will be next year's core release. I would not be surprised. It'd be a nice core release, actually. I reckon the North Wales coastline. It's a pretty nice one. Yeah, don't blame me if the frame rate dips down here a little bit, folks. This is a complete different beast down here. This is in the same gradient as what the Moody Gosberg was at launch, where it just it was very laggy around because of the amount of track and the layers and all that stuff, and just the amount of stuff going on. It's just you got signals, you got overhead wiring, you got the buildings, you got all the little bits and pieces on the sides, you got the traffic, on the track. There's just so much going on here. It's just crazy. Yeah, I'm not a real big fan of that section. I prefer the Boston section.
Türfreigabe. Türfreigabe. Türfreigabe.
You see that train in the station there and you think, oh no, I'm going to be running into that. You would get spooked, I reckon, a few times. Like, seriously, if a driver's been like going for a fair while on their shift and is fatigued and tired, and you think, oh crap, it sort of wakes you up, doesn't it? Yeah, one thing we will be getting with the Morristown line is the other Newark station. You won't be getting the Newark airport station, but there'll be the... Oh, Spang Smart Small. Fucking hell. I just fucking sputtered. Oh, well, that's alright. we're here. Hey. Passengers coming out. Beautiful. What are you reading there, mate? Oh, I'm just reading the manual for Train Sim World 7. Ah, okay. Good luck, you get another year. There is no original New York Trenton for Chris. You're probably talking about the Long Island Railroad there, mate. That's the original. It's a completely different... New York Trenton's Northeast Corridor.
Tiefvorgang eingeleitet.
All right, there we go, my friends. So we have a gold medal there on that trip. 33 minutes 55 there in the end. And lovely doubly on the S-Bahn Frankfurt. Actually played quite well. Actually, it was not too bad. All right. That was nice. You're on Choo Choo Tuesdays. Third last episode of all time. The 212th episode. We've got 213 and 214 to go. And there is the latest screenshot contest winner, Chris 1HS. Beautiful. There it is, the standard edition. It is launching on the 1st of October for the PC version here in Australia. Do note that. You have the Boston route as well. I think you have both Boston routes, don't you, Chris? You have the MBTA Boston as well. Waiting for the loading screen. While we are, we will put it on that screen. Back in a minute. It is taking its time. It seems to be an issue going on. Still loading. I don't know what's going on. I might have to reset the game. We shall return when we can. Unfortunately, we're having some technical issues, folks. We have to quit the game, and we'll return very shortly. We've had to reset the game, folks. Unfortunately, we had a loading issue. It just was stuck on the loading screen. So we'll be with you guys in a few minutes' time. I do apologize for the delay. This is very similar to what we're going to be experiencing in Train Sim World 6. We've got all these issues going on with our train faults and all that. Unfortunately, we've got a loading screen fault. That's a new one. It's like somebody took a dump on my screen and it's like, no, you're not going past here. Too much shit. Yeah, both Boston routes there, Chris. Yeah, they're both as good as each other. You know, Northeast Corridor, there was a lot of different other sections, obviously, that, could obviously come into the game. There's been, a lot of people, wanting, as well as myself, an extension of the New York Trenton to Philly. And, it would be nice. It's not too much further to add Philadelphia. And actually, now we've had the extension to Leipzig. It's more of a case of it can be done, definitely, because it's actually less kilometers than what that is in total. And the extension side of it on Leipzig actually is the biggest extension that they've ever done in train sim world history. It's actually going to be the biggest extension of all time. So it is saying something for that. But it's actually going to become the second biggest route in train sim world history. So it's going to break the Just Trains release from last year for the second longest route that currently stands. So the second longest route's now going to become the Bahnstrecke Leipzig Dresden. All right, we're back in the game. Well, it should be. Sliding screen. There we go. Right. It's going to be very wet tomorrow. Actually, I have to give you guys warning about tomorrow for our midweek World of Trains live stream, folks. We actually could be delayed or cancelled tomorrow because we've got a lot of rain and there is a big chance of a severe thunderstorm tomorrow afternoon or evening. So we could actually not be even on the air tomorrow night. So do note, and I do give you warning about that here right now. I did warn you guys yesterday about a possibility for tonight's live stream as well, but storms didn't eventuate here this afternoon at all. They eventuated more up north and, more past Crazy Aussies area, probably more further up. More towards Cameron's area, actually. But Cameron actually hasn't been on our last few live streams. I don't know what's happened to Cameron. I did shut down my chatting site on our Facebook page, and he hasn't been seen since on our chat or anything. So I don't know what's going on there, but it was not a personal attack or anything. So if he thinks that, then seriously, he's got to, people like that have got problems. That's their problem. I don't appreciate people like that in our channel, to be honest. Anyway, it is what it is. So I got nothing against the bloke. So it is what it is. He wants to carry on. That's his problem. Right, let's get it up and running, shall we? We do something worthwhile. We're going to do something worthwhile, aren't we? Yes. And that will be a trip. Let's do a little short trip on the to get you guys a little bit of an appetizer, a little Never Dresden. This could be one of the last times we actually do the original Never Dresden. So we'll do a nice little short one. And I think it's the Talent 2. Yeah, the Talent 2. We'll do a 5 a.m. service. And we'll do this in fog. We'll do it in the real fog. Foggy morning. Here we go. Do enjoy this. It's going to be lots of fun. Right. Hopefully the loading screen won't be as long this time. I don't think it's going to be, actually. Hang on. Whoa, it's slowing down. It's actually stopped on me. God. It's actually frozen up now. There we go. We're up and running. It's in the night time. Okay, cool. So it's 5 a.m. That's why. All right, let's do a night one. Why not? Lots of fun. Get some lights on in here so we can see what we're doing. We shall open up those doors. Take off the parking brakes and raise it and close the main circuit breaker. Then put the seat on. And passengers are on board already. Okay. Attention passengers, you're all smelled. It was meant to be foggy, eh? Don't know why it's not foggy. No. Oh well, doesn't matter. Sort of is foggy. I don't know. It's not actually foggy, is it? That was meant to be foggy, actually. So I'm actually going to reset that. I'm going to do one of those trips, but yeah, we are predicting a thunderstorm tomorrow. So it's going to be stormy tomorrow. So your chances are very, very slim tomorrow, unfortunately. Right. Never Dresden, we'll do that again. I'll get the timetable up and running. I've got to get that talent too. I'm going to do it in June. But it was meant to be foggy. I'll do a services a little bit later in the day. Can't do 9:30 a.m. because that's when it sort of breaks off, doesn't it? All right. We can do it at night. We'll do 9:30 a.m. Why not? Yeah, your chances are very slim tomorrow. 95% chance of heavy rain, and the forecast is that it's going to be more around Sydney and the Central Coast, according to the forecaster. And Newcastle. They've warned people, if you really don't need to go out, don't go out. I definitely won't be. I got work tomorrow anyway here in the studio, so I would have been going out no matter what. But knowing the forecast, I'm probably going to have to do a lot of work here tonight. Hopefully you don't get woken up at 4 o'clock in the morning with bloody thunder, like I did yesterday. Alright, so we've changed our trip plans. We're going the opposite direction now, aren't we? Get that up and running. Yeah, apparently the Myson branch and everything is still going to be in the new version, so that's one good thing. Here we go. So I'll post up the live stream later on this evening, if you're watching this live. If you're watching the replay, that's either on a replay as well, or it's you're still waiting for that live stream to start. But we'll be on at the same time again tomorrow night from 8 PM Australian Eastern Standard Time. Or just a few minutes before it. If all is well, hopefully we'll be smooth sailing for the whole stream. Don't forget, we've got our Rugby League Live 26 Rugby League 26 gameplay again this weekend, folks, covering the NRL Final Series, and they'll premiere on our channel just before the official kickoffs. So we've got the one game on the Friday, we've got the two on the Saturday, and we've got the one on the Sunday, which is the big one. Go to Broncos. Good to see Ben Hunt still at number 7. I'm really, that's one thing I was worried about with Reynolds. Like, I thought, oh, hopefully not. And then, yeah, Hunt's killing it at number 7. I was like, that's what I was saying to my mates. I was saying, no. They can't bring Reynolds back. You know, Hunt's just smashing it in number 7. I'm glad they brought Schubert back, though. But, yeah, they, yes, the Talent 2 will be in Train Sim World 6, Chris. No updates to it or anything, but it will be there. I'm thinking it might be in the case of the same as what they did with the Long Island Railroad. Actually, I'm thinking that they might actually keep this original version because they've done so much work with it as well after the release and stuff. And I would probably lean towards this being a separate route, like the Long Island Railroad, version 1, version 2 is. And this was actually part of the... this is actually going to be the first ever time we've had, like, the Dresden, like, this route. First ever time we've had a route be a core route twice. At launch. We have the Nebuchadnezzar Dresden, then we've got the extended version of it. For a core as well, so Train Sim World 2 and Train Sim World 6, that being the case. Oh no, I've done a Matt, great. My name is Matt tonight. Oh, sorry, I've got hair. I don't normally have hair in summer though, but deciding. Oh, I only just got away with that, actually. Oh, fuck. I absolutely stuffed that. I'm sorry. Oh, man, that's a bad one. That's actually a bad one. That's the worst I've done in a while. Just hop on board the one. Don't worry, they're getting on. Always well. Always well. Don't worry, I'm not as tired as what as I was last night, so should be fine tonight. So I apologise for breaking early last night on the live stream. I normally go for 2 hours. I was just so damn tired last night after my walking yesterday with all the truck spotting I did. I went truck spotting again today too, but didn't walk as much, so didn't have to at the location I went to today. I did my 70th full-length truck spotting adventure today, folks. So, speaking of my truck spotting, we got, earlier today we had our premiere of my trip at Ropes Crossing, and then tomorrow we got my trip I did yesterday at Wetherill Park. It'll premiere on the channel tomorrow. And then... sorry, tomorrow? No, tomorrow. No, do we have that tomorrow? Or did we? Yeah. No, we don't have that tomorrow. Tomorrow we have our M7 trip, and then we have the Wetherill Park one. And then I think my 70th one is on Friday. Thursday, it might be on Monday, actually. I might change it to Monday, actually, just to break it up from all the weekend stuff. But yeah, earlier today I went to the M2 motorway at North Rocks, the up and down area. So Yeah, it was firing up again. It was really good. Couple horn salutes. It was pretty good. The normal suspects, the Lindsays and the Lynn Foxes and the Tolls and, your road freight services and Canton's Bathurst and your Border Expresses and Camerons went through and your Falcon trains, like always. Didn't get any Freds today. No, I did not get any Freds. There wasn't any Freds today, which was quite surprising. So yeah, with the Leipzig route, I'm not sure how far the Talent 2 will go. I would lean towards it being a layer around, like, on the new section. The new section, I have to say, Chris, if I have to say about that particular route, we can do it in Train Sim Classic, actually, by the way. There's one thing I can say about it, is that, you know what? I know next week's our second. It was supposed. Next week's supposed to be our second last ever Train Sim, like our second last ever Choo Choo Tuesdays. I reckon next Tuesday we should do a Train Sim Classic live stream. And I reckon we should do a special. Next Tuesday, we will do all 3 of the Train Sim World 6 routes on next week on Train Sim Classic. For Choo Choo Tuesdays. That sounds like a plan. Next Tuesday, ladies and gentlemen, our second and last ever Choo Choo Tuesdays will be a sneak peek to the future of Train Sim World. We will be doing the Morristown line, the Bahnstrecke Leipzig Dresden, and the Riviera route all in one live stream. Obviously, we're doing that on the launch live stream, but for Train Sim World. But yeah, we'll do it in Train Sim Classic. Give you guys a little bit of a teaser, a little bit of a, this is gonna be cool. I can't wait. But obviously, you're looking at 2 different beasts, as I said. Graphics wise, train physics wise, and all that stuff. Yeah. And the Riviera route's a different era in Train Sim Classic. I'll see if I can try to get an 802 running for it, but it'll more likely be a HST I'll throw on there. US speeding. Sorry. So now the cat's out of the bag for next Tuesday's 213th Choo Choo Tuesdays. It actually will be our last ever Choo Choo Tuesdays Train Sim Classic live stream show. So we've had a few Train Sim Classic Choo Choo Tuesdays over our course of time as well. It's just we're sort of opening up avenues to like giving us another night for truck live streaming, and it's seems to be very my trucking live streams are more popular than my train live streams by far, massively. It's just I try to balance them out. I want to try to balance both of my passions and other people's passions out more, you know, by doing 2 live streams for Train Sim World, 2 live streams for American Truck Simulator. So we can balance out 2 live streams for trucks, 2 live streams for that. So it works out better. And we can have our special live streams here and there, you know, with both games. You know, nights of, you know, we want to do stuff, you know. But my schedule's going to be completely different within the next 12 months. It's, I'm planning to be going out more abroad with my truck spotting side of things and take my passions out to other parts of Australia. Picked up a few nice locations up the Central Coast while I was up there. So I've got some plans for around there, which is good. Actually, the Compass Transport Duff truck that I captured on film, the one that was up the side at the night time on one of my shorts I posted over the last week, I actually captured it again today on the motorway. Up on the M2, heading north as well. I was heading back up towards I know they've got a Compass Transport up at Central Coast, up at Tuggerah. So, back at Tuggerah there. So, yeah, I've seen it heading back up there today. Same damn truck too. I even said it on the video. I was like, holy, on the video I did. So, yeah, I was like, holy crap. It's the same one I captured the other night. Great freight services, one with the black tarp with the brown. It was same guy that gave me the horn salute today for that as well. There's one particular dude that works for him. He always gives me the horn salutes. I'm pretty sure it's the dude that actually lives just down the road from me. Actually, I'm pretty sure it is. Okay, we'll start slowing down now as we are approaching the station. Not too much, Aussie. Don't need to go in that hard. Slow. I've ran out of... I got no more ginger beer. God damn it. I need to go and grab myself a Pepsi. That was the last bottle. I've been getting them because they've been on sale, and it's been, you know, this is the time of the year you want a ginger beer like this, you know, it's really nice, you know, Bundaberg ginger beer. Very nice ginger beer it is. Probably be more cautious this time. It's just like, I don't want to run over the station like last time. Yeah, hopefully you'll be able to get out tomorrow. They're predicting it in the afternoon anyway, Crazy Aussie, but there is a lot of rain tomorrow itself, so your forecast might be different up there as well. So, but yeah, looking at that future radar, it was like, ooh, okay. Weather is always unpredictable anyway. It could be storming somewhere else, and it could be storming, you know, here, there, and it's not storming where it was meant to be, and you know, weather is unpredictable. You never know. When they say severe, possibly severe, that's when I panic, because yeah, my phobia to thunderstorms. You know, it's like, I love watching them from a distance. They're awesome to watch from a distance. They're like a fireworks display to me. I absolutely love watching fireworks. Who doesn't? And yeah, I used to build them, so I know what I know. I used to be a bit of a pyromaniac there for a while, building my fireworks displays out of tennis balls and stuff. Like my Roman candles. Canister shells are still the best, and the $0 and the canister shells and the salutes. My free popular favorite fireworks. I love shells, of course. The shells are the bomb, but I used to make the tennis ball, you know, the sparklers, throw a bunch of sparklers into them, and you know, about 3-4 packets of sparklers into them, and lots of fun. Like a full Roman candle with nice, awesome sound too. Final station, 4.2 kilometers on this trip, and then we'll head somewhere else. A couple of German runs first up here tonight. Currently on the Neviga Dresden. This is the thing about this route, you know, we've got these couple branches, you know, as well as the big, massive, long, you know, long stretch and stuff. It's just crazy. This, like, this. To actually know that all these branches are going to be also still in the game, and this is going to be extended all the way to Leipzig as well. It's like Leipzig is like, holy crap! Like this is just absolutely insane. And this also, because of the branches and that, also puts into perspective where the chances of a big extension of the East Coastway becomes more of a reality than not a possibility. It's more of a possibility now than anything. So we just got to get that community out there to you know, start really getting on those forums and saying, you know, with those route suggestions, the East Coastway upgraded and extended. Just way overdue. I don't know what Dovetail were thinking about the expert range train being another bloody TSG one. Like, seriously, like, are they the only ones that we're going to get expert trains for? You know, it's just all the German stuff. Oh, yeah. All right, here we are at our station. Groban Han. All right, so there we have a gold medal there on the Nevica Dresden. Very nicely done indeed. And you're all aboard on Choo Choo Tuesdays, episode 212. This is our Tuesday Train Sim World traditional live stream. Train Sim Classic as well. Sometimes it is Train Sim Classic, sometimes it is Train Sim World. But we are finishing up Choo Choo Tuesdays at the end of the Train Sim World 5 era. And next week, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be bringing to you a sneak to the future as we bring to you the free core routes for Train Sim World 6's launch on Train Sim Classic. Ladies and gentlemen, with a special Choo Choo Tuesdays. We'll be at the special time of 7 p.m. next week. All right. So 1 hour earlier next week. Do not forget. Right. It's going to be a big stream. Big stream. Let's do no subject to change as well. You know, weather could be pending. This time next week it's supposed to be 30 degrees. Right. I will be back in a minute. Don't go anywhere. Okay. Well, we had no problems whatsoever going into the out of the loading screen that time around. Right. All right, let's try again with that London commuter trip like we tried to last night. I'll get a different service this time, don't worry. All right, here we go. If we get the same thing happen again, don't worry. I'll just make sure I got the brakes on and shit. $2B61. All right, here we go. TPWS and AWS operation. Okay. Lovely do. There are people playing soccer in the bloody thunderstorm, see? Pardon me. We shall close those doors and get ready for departure. Do you know this is sound modded as well? The Electro Star sound mod. Ooh, big bolt there in the backdrop. Did we get a spud? We must have got a spud. I'll come down further so we can get the train in. While we're here at the station, actually, we'll see. Yeah, all good. Oh, big crack there on the side. You can see that. That's the type of lighting that they really need to add to the newer routes. You know, you don't see it. And it's one thing I prefer about the old Skybox, like the Train Sim World 2 Skybox over the current, because you got these amazing lightning bolts and stuff in the game. And I like to see those on the newer routes. It'd be really cool. You know, there's one thing about video gaming, actually, when it comes to weather effects. I don't think there's many games out there, or if any games at all, that has features like tornadoes and hurricanes. I know they're getting those in the Grand Theft Auto, the new GTA. But like hailstorms, that would be cool. I'm going to take photo mode. That's a damn lightning bolt in the backdrop. You can see that lightning bolt there in the backdrop. Man, that's absolutely insane. Really cool. Really cool. All right. Oh, another one there. If you are just joining us, this is Choo Choo Tuesdays, episode 212. My name is the Aussie Don, and we're on the Brighton main line, and we're doing the trip that we were meant to do last night. We ended up getting a signal issue, sort of like a fail or something. The train decided to move forward when I clearly had the brakes on and everything. So, I don't know what was happening there, because I was on this screen when it happened, and yeah, it was quite weird actually. But I was pretty tired last night, so I really wasn't on the ball, and here tonight I'm not so bad. I'm tired, but not as bad as like last night. No way near as bad as last night. So I'm quite fine tonight actually. We've got the Class 377 with the sound mod. The 377/4, I do believe. Stand clear from the closing doors. Balham is the next stop. So we're approaching the station. We've got plenty of time, so we're probably going to wait here for a couple of minutes. So we are due there at 13 hours 44, and it's 13 hours 41 and a half. 42. With a couple minutes ahead of schedule. And this station is Balham. The train on platform 2 is your southern service to London Victoria, stopping all stops to London Victoria. The train on platform 1 is your southern service to Amson Downs. It's going to be so good with these announcements, at the stations and that. It's going to be interesting to see what they can do with the back catalogue with announcements. I reckon that should be something that the community should be asking on a Dovetail live stream, actually. In regards to announcements, is it possible to, have the announcements added to some of the back back catalogue, like the older routes of Train Simworld, to a extent, maybe the older routes, maybe, that wouldn't be capable, wouldn't be capable to do it, but it wouldn't be a bad question to ask them, actually, either at the forums or... I'm not involved in the forums, so I reckon, if you are involved in the forums, it might be something maybe that Dovetail can get involved with, maybe you can, direct message, either Alex or, Dan or Matt or, Jamie or, any of them, Harry, and they'll get back to you, and it would be great to, to have some sort of, answer to that question, because, there's something that I've sort of, knew that, when they announced the announcements, as a feature, that would be probably one of the topics that most people will want to know about. How far back in the back catalogue of Train Sim World can you go with adding announcements to the game, to the trains, to the stations, I probably think the Train Sim World 5 routes would be most obvious, and the London Overground route where they wanted to add them to the Suffragette line would be the obvious example of it must happen to that, so I wouldn't be surprised if that's one of the back catalogue routes and trains that does. The 710 would be the obvious, the Capital Star would be the obvious. I think it would be a feature on the Malmay as well. So with the Richmond extension, I wouldn't be surprised that becomes a feature as well. Attention passengers, the next stop is Clapton Junction. Change to Clapton Junction for connecting overground services and southern services and southwestern services. Ooh, lightning bolt there on the side. all those construction cranes and that. That's all been built now. That's a shopping centre, actually, in real life. It's actually been built by the person that's built that, the artist behind the shopping centre. That's the old London Electric Works and stuff. But that is all shopping centre now, and it's actually been designed by a Queensland lady. And yeah, it's done by Aussie, so yeah, it's pretty cool. And yeah, check it out, folks. It's highly, you know, watch a video and that about it. But yeah, designed by, that's been redeveloped by an Australian, so it's pretty cool. In London, so yeah, it's really, really awesome. Bit of a lightning bolt there on the side of it. Lightning bolt. Positive. London Victoria, next stop. Oh yeah. Yeah, let's hope the weather doesn't go as bad as it's predicted to go, especially for Crazy Aussie's state. You know, it's going to be doing some capturing some footage of the Mariangs, and that's really cool. That's really cool. So the Mariangs are in testing for here on the Western Main Line here in Sydney. So yeah, we are going to be getting them eventually. Unfortunately, they're replacing my beloved V sets. Do the Mariangs have the D sets? Crazy Aussie, if you're still watching the stream, do they have quiet carriages as well, or are they a different beast when it regards to the quietness, like being a quiet train where you must be quiet? It was funny, I was on the V-set recently and the person over the intercom actually said to be quiet on the train, and if you got headphones, make sure you have them down low so people can't hear them. When I heard that, I thought, okay, well, try telling the person that's actually got the headset on already. They can't hear you. Only if there was technology where it interrupts their music and it just the announcements come through their headset. That would be cool. Actually, it would be a wake-up call. The people would be like, oh, hey. New feature. There you go. You heard it first from me. There's a technology where it interrupts your music and it just plays the announcement over your speakers. It's not a bad idea, actually. Don't know why that person's got the windscreen wipers still on. It's not raining in here. It's a train symbol fault. We got thoughts already, hey? There you go. I hope you enjoyed that trip on the Brighton Main Line. We finally got it done after last night's mishap, but yeah, I thought I better redeem myself. There we go. We definitely did. Oh, right. We're getting closer towards the end of the stream. So we're around 18 minutes to the hour. And this is Choo Choo Tuesdays, episode 212. All right. Let's take a trip now on the. Let's have a look. Let's see what we can do. You know what? This is. We're getting closer towards the end, so we really need to not do that. But we will do something nice and short. So let's now do something short on. Let's see what we can do. Could do Cavcart Circle Line. Cavcart Circle Line 2024 timetable. And the class 380 here. And we've got the class 170, which are just basic moving services for those ones. So we'll take the... we've got the 385 there as well. They're basic services as well. So we've got 380. We've got /0. And we'll do a 29-minute service. So 7:54, and we hope you do enjoy. And this will be done in June on a nice clear day to finish it off here on this week's Choo Choo Tuesdays. Don't forget, next Tuesday is a special Train Sim Classic live stream on our second last ever Choo Choo Tuesdays. And it is a sneak peek to Train Sim World 6, as we will be heading to the Riviera route, Morristown, and Bahnstrecke Leipzig Dresden. So it's on next week on Train Sim Classic. Let's go. One stream as well. All 3 routes. One stream. Special starting time, 7 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time, 6:30 p.m. South Australia, Northern Territory, and 5 p.m. Western Australia. 10 a.m. UK, 11 a.m. Central Europe, 5 a.m. Eastern States of USA, and 2 a.m. West Coast. It could be subject to change, though, so do note that, obviously, subject to change. But those times might be incorrect for the overseas, though. Because I know daylight savings, like your daylight savings are finishing, ours are starting and soon, and times are changing, and yeah, it just gets all haywire this time of the year. I can't remember, and I keep forgetting when it's meant to flip over and all this stuff. The daylight saving for us, it kicks off at the long weekend, the 1st October long weekend. It's the 1st October weekend, so. So Queensland, where Chris is, they don't have daylight saving. We have daylight saving here in Sydney. So when we're live at 7 p.m, it'll be 6 p.m. their time. If we're live at 8 p.m, it'll be 7 p.m. their time. So our difference. When we celebrate New Year's, and everyone's like, Happy New Year. It's like, no, it's not. It's 11 p.m. Because it's daylight saving and all that stuff, yeah. So when we're in the year when the Olympics are going to be in Brisbane, we'll already be in it. They won't. Unless you guys decide to take daylight saving by the time the Olympics come around. It's a crazy world. Crazy, crazy world. All right, let's get it up and running. Reminds me, I need to put the driver ID in. Yep, that's all. the signals down here, so we have to be careful of that. All good. Potty Shields East is the first stop, followed by Queen's Park. That going down through here actually is part of the West Coast Main Line. So that's West Coast Main Line. Goes to Motherwell and that. Obviously it goes back to London eventually. To Euston Station. Crew, Birmingham. Yep, we'll go through there. Preston. Carswell. To name a few. Penrith, of course. Alright, coming into Potty Shields East. And we'll stop there. Wait for the doors, mate. Another train coming in. There's another 380. They all got the same sound, the Electro Star sound. Yes. Got That's what most of the modern trains sound very similar these days with the EMUs, the electrical sounds. Queen's Park next stop. Yeah, this was a welcome addition actually. The upgrade to this route was one that I was very, very excited about being updated, and with the 380, the add-on to the 380, it was not a really good train on Train Sim Classic actually. This train, it's actually hated by a lot of people on Train Sim Classic, but It's quite well on here. I don't mind it on here. It's a very nice train to drive. And yeah, I've always been a big fan of this route. And I don't think Chris is watching now on the stream, but I know Chris was also one that adores this route. It's a very, very cool route. One of the all-time greats, this one. Sadly, did not make our top 5 in the Train Sim World 2 era when it was released. So yeah, it was in there on the first 12 months, but after the like the end of it, when we did our complete top 5 countdown for the era. Actually, we did a top 10 countdown for that era because it was 2 years. So yeah, we did a top 10 countdown, but we split it into a couple of streams, of course. Yeah, it was not in our top 5. It was not in our top 5 side of it. But if I had to go back in time now, I would definitely put it in there in the top 5 because these days it's such a great route to drive. Cross Hill next. They could back catalog, if they could do the back catalog with the announcements as well, this would definitely be one that I would definitely say yes, needs it. Obviously in the Scottish accent would be really cool. This ScotRail service is heading to, they could basically work off the announcement system that Rivet had. So I think it would be done by Rivet if they did do it. Or they would have a Rivet involvement in the announcements. Obviously they got it in their ScotRail stuff already, so it makes a lot of sense for them to be involved. I know everybody's shaking their head saying, no. Yes, I know you're paid, don't worry. I know what they're like. But, it's just, obviously, they've been doing ScotRail stuff, so it makes more sense. What I would like to know is what the hell's happening with the updated timetable for the Fired Circle, though. Mount Florida next. We're approaching Mount Florida. We're in a bit of a USA and Scotland. And Florida. And to answer Holly Trucker's question from earlier about the grief that the New York Trenton route gets is it's because that a lot of issues come from the tunnel side of the tunnel area, and there's been a fair bit of crashing to the desktop and crashing back to the console on that particular route, and yeah, it's just had multiple issues. There's a lot of people prefer the European side of things with Trainster World, and it's I got a couple nice US routes that I doing. You know, Boston is definitely Long Island Railroad's another. Kings Park's the next stop, folks. This is the funny thing. That's where I go truck spotting. here in Sydney, actually, with the M7. I do the Kings Park there, and you see one of my Kings Park adventures. You know, I ended up doing around the factory areas and stuff. In the Blacktown and Kings Park adventure, that was one big giant adventure that day. That was a different type of experience, you know, not just Kings Park. You know, and I didn't just cover Kings Park at the M7. I did around the factory area, and I did Blacktown on top of it, you know, mixed in with it, and yeah, it was just a pretty cool adventure. One of my truck spotting adventures I did under my Don's Truck Spotting Australia label, and it's up on our playlist, up full length videos playlist for my truck spotting side of things. I had my latest premiere earlier today with my truck spotting, and got another one again tomorrow, and again another one on Friday. Actually, I think tomorrow's one's not a premiere. I think it starts. I think it's on at it comes out on our channel at 4 p.m. I think it is, and it's a straight up straight up at 4K. So it's not a premiere. It'll just come up on the channel straight away. I'm just trying something a little bit different, the size of doing it as a premiere. As I've been saying to you guys, I've been looking at my stats for my premiere videos for my truck spotting, and I'm not liking what I'm seeing. You guys are watching the videos on average around for about 5 minutes, and then you stop watching the premiere, and I get no views after. So I don't like that. It's just proving that bots are watching the channel. It's fake people that don't actually have the passion. I don't appreciate that. I only want true people on my channel that have the passion for what I do. Not fake assholes. People like that, go and get fucked. Not welcome. Only people that have the passion for trains, for trucks. You know, I do it in the simulation as well. You know, I don't just do this stuff in real life, you know, with videos. I'm just dedicated to my craft, and that's what I love about what I do. You know, I like to put in 110% in effort every time. You know, it comes with everything. Yeah, it comes from my modding side of things. It comes from my video photography and my photography I do for my trucks and the trains I do from time to time. And same goes with my gameplay on Train Sim World. You know, there's days where I don't really feel like wanting to play Train Sim World, and it's like, you know, I do it because I have the passion still, but there's times where it's like, I don't really want to be on here. Or I'm really tired like I was yesterday, and it's like, I'm not on my game, and I just, feel like not streaming. You know, But I still came in and, you know, I still put in over an hour and a half last night, you know, regardless. You know, I was buggered. You know, I'm starting to get a bit buggered now, actually, but I'm at the 2 hour mark. I'm over the 2 hour mark now, actually. So we've done our bit, so. I've had fun here today, and I appreciate everybody's company. Thanks for everybody that came in on the chat earlier. Holy Trucker, thank you. Chris Ackworth, thank you very much. Hopefully I've pronounced that correctly. AC Worth. I'm just going to call you AC, Chris AC from now on. Can we just do that? Instead of AJ, we call you AC. How good was it seeing AJ Lee back in WWE too? Bloody hell. I never thought I'd ever see that. None of these things, CM Punk, AJ Lee, like none of these people would be back if bloody that Vince McMahon wanker was still in it. Yeah. And the Crazy Aussie Adventure came in for a couple seconds as well. Appreciate it. Thank you. So I'll be posting up tomorrow's live stream of midweek World of Trains after the stream. So that'll be up for tomorrow. Yeah, I was going to do an uploaded video for Train Sim World, but yeah, I'm more leaning towards the live stream. So now we've established that we're going to do a live stream for it instead. So I think it's more appropriate doing it that way. So there'll be a replay of the live stream as well for next week, next Tuesday. So if you can't join us live, there'll be a replay for you to enjoy. It'll be added to the Train Sim Classic playlist though. So I do note the replay will be on the Train Sim Classic playlist, not the Train Sim World playlist, past live streams playlist. It'll be on the Train Simulator playlist that we have. And all live stream replays and uploaded videos of Train Sim Classic are on that playlist. We only got one playlist for Train Sim Classic. That'll be our first Train Sim Classic live stream for a few months now. Here we are, Burnside. And we got, oh, as indicated. Okay, so we have to go down to the end, right up to the end. We're going to, oh yeah, we're going to, I think this part here is actually part of the West Coast Main Line, if I remember rightly. Yeah, because West Coast Main Line comes down through here and that, and then it's sort of, it runs down on the edges there, and then runs back that way. But I think we're going down to the sliding on this one. Mr. Kurt Hill next, Mr. Kurt. God, it feels weird drinking this actually. I haven't had Pepsi in weeks. I don't really drink Coke anymore, the Coke anymore, because it's like, you know, I really got turned off drinking Pepsi and, yeah, the cola and all those, because I just... Anyway, Kurt Hill next, approaching that shortly. I swear this section just here's got the Cronulla line vibes. There's a couple bridges like very similar like that, and then the station just after it. I think it's approaching Kirrawee Station actually when it has that. So I used to live in the Shire for about 8 years, actually. I was out there for a little bit. I lived in Guyamere for a little bit, and then I moved down to Tarrant Point. I used to live at the back of the old Bunnings warehouse there, actually. And you got the Homemaker Centre across the road there with the Harvey Norman and stuff. That's where I actually got my PlayStation 3 from, actually, the Harvey Norman there. That's when I used to live around there, when the PlayStation 3 was launching. So it's a fair while ago now. I used to love going up to Miranda, Westfield's Miranda Fair. So I went to Miranda multiple times growing up, you know, even when I used to live out at the back of Liverpool, you know. I was there at the grand opening of Miranda in 92, in October in 92. And yeah, the Tilt and Miranda, the arcade, video arcade, opened up a few months after the grand opening, and man, I used to love that place like no tomorrow. You know, you walk in there, it's totally like dark. It's sort of got that bluish, purplish color. You know, the stars in the sky. Absolute awesome place. And I used to have to exchange your money for the tokens, your little Tilt coins. The good old days in there, I'll tell you. I remember playing the Atari game, the Road Blasters, and it was full like a cabin, and it was full like down low like my seat here, you know, and full sitting in this cabin, and it's like a weird shaping, and it was long too. It was really cool. Then you sort of got the front area, and they had the glass cabinet with the staff at the back of it, and that, and you see like rows of all the toys and that you can get, and then at the back wall they had all the toys and that, and then the big prizes right at the top, and you know, yeah, it was really cool. And people that went there and know that arcade, and you know the feeling, you know what it was like, you know what I'm talking about. So yeah, it was just one of a kind. It was really cool. And there was a till there at the Mount Druitt, actually. There was one at Mount Druitt. I didn't even actually know that at the time. Like, there was one out the west, so I only thought there was only one at Miranda. Man, when that shut down, I was just so peed off. But there was a lolly store in Miranda, Westfields I used to love going to, and they had a whole wall full of Jelly Bellies. They were pretty cool. Like, you get a kilo for like $30. You choose your own flavours. So on the side here, ladies and gentlemen, that's the West Coast Main Line. It's part of the West Coast Main Line, apparently. So I'm pretty certain it is. right, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Fantastically done indeed. All right. A nice platinum medal there. All right. Well, we've got the preview of the new route, the Bunch Trucker Leipzig Dresden this week. Dovetail are doing. Don't forget, it will be on their YouTube and Twitch pages. And yeah, it'll be really cool. I won't be watching it live because it's at 4 a.m., starting at 4 a.m. our time. So I'll be watching the replay. And it will be really cool. It'll be 4 a.m. on Friday morning, I do believe, our time. So anyway, we'll be back live again tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen, for midweek World of Trains. Don't forget, we will be live from 8 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. That's Queensland, New South Wales, ACT, Victoria, and Tasmania viewers. 7:30 p.m. South Australia, Northern Territory. 6 p.m. Western Australia, 11 a.m. UK, 12 p.m. Central Europe, 10 p.m. New Zealand, and 6 a.m. Eastern States of the USA, 5 a.m. Texas, 4 a.m. Mexico City, 3 a.m. West Coast USA, British Columbia, 3 a.m. in Canada, 6 a.m. Toronto, Canada. We'll see you then. Take care. Enjoy the rest of your day. I come from a land down under. If you hit a thunder, you better run. You better take cover. Hooroo. Back in the days, I used to have the Atari 2600. Yes, I used to play a really cool car game on there, Chris, actually, before we do go. It was a game that I absolutely adore still to this day. It's called a Duro. Absolute awesome game it was. And when you put your foot on the accelerator, it was like, it's really cool. And then you start off like you're driving on grass. And the road was green. And then all of a sudden it goes to snow, and then it goes into the nighttime, then into fog, and then it comes into the morning. And if you get enough points, you go to the next level. And then it just keeps going on and on. It's really cool. I used to love it. Anyway, enjoy the rest of your day, folks. Thank you for watching.